Hey, what's going on, guys? So in today's video, we have a pretty cool series of events going on. First off is Bevinsee. They actually sent me 2 whip lights, 4-foot whip lights, and they're pretty freaking awesome. You can remote activate them, you can use your phone, all these kind of cool things, but I'm actually kind of excited to put them on the Sierra and see all the possibilities of what they can do. So it's gonna be pretty awesome. I went ahead and unbaggaged one of them, so you can see here that we've got our whole lighting assembly. They just give you a couple wires so you can figure out on your own type thing. What's pretty cool is the fact that it's a quick disconnect feature. So whenever you mount these wherever you want them, if you want to close your bed or maybe you just want to like take them off, you don't have to worry about them getting stolen because you can just take it off real quick. And this actually works as the electrical connector. You just put it back on like that. It's good to go, locked in. It's really cool. They give you like this little American flag that you can kind of like just clamp on there real quick. So that's kind of tight, but I'm super excited. It's really cool. Here's your remote control and everything. So it has like, I think it was like 366 something different like color options and modes. Like you'll have lights going all the way up in different patterns, and it's really cool. So I'm actually kind of looking forward to this, like legitimately. I've never thought to do anything like this. And I'm not a huge fan of like rock lights and stuff like that, I guess maybe yet, but I don't know. I think this would be kind of fun to just drive around with every once in a while, or just, I don't know, hook it up whenever you want to go out night riding and look kind of cool. So here, let me go and unbox one in the package right now, just so you can see everything that you would get. Go ahead and bust it open here. Now, first thing you should see, probably gonna be the end of this thing. So it comes with your wiring here. It's like an extra top piece with a zip tie in there. And you'll get all of your, this is like the hardware for mounting on that flag. Then you'll see more zip ties in case you need them. And there's the flag and the rest of it. So it's kind of cool. Packaging is real nice, and make sure the LEDs aren't getting damaged or anything with these like little foam inserts on here. And then you have your remote control, your little instruction guide here on the back side, all zip tied to it. And other than that, you got there's your quick disconnect again, and your mount essentially with all your wires and stuff. Pretty cool. Then we'll open it up here. And then here you have just your single LED. And like I said, it's 4 foot long. It's pretty freaking cool. I mean, I think this will look awesome. It's a little flexible too, so it'll bend if need be. If someone grabs onto it, or maybe you like hit it with like a tree branch or something. Little instructions you got going on here. You can see it tells you everything you need to know. Like I was saying, here's your app functions and whatnot, and then on the back have all your product information and you know what your package includes, how to install it, all this kind of good stuff. And then right here you're gonna see just a plethora of stuff that I got. So I had to, unfortunately these things don't come with a like wiring harness or anything like that, so you have to kind of go out of your way and grab one of those. So I'll go ahead and link this in the description below. I plan to mount these in the bed of Sierra, so I actually picked up like an extra 10 feet of wire here. And then I'm actually gonna go ahead and do like a little separate like project anyway. These are pretty much like extra lugs right here because I'm kind of getting a little cramped in my battery area, so I want it to look kind of neat and organized. They give you like smaller lugs here that you can put in those little smaller pieces on the side right there. And then you have like your bigger like 3/8 lugs that you can put kind of on like the top and whatnot. Got some self-tapping screws kind of put these things in, and I picked up these L brackets that are kind of for like a CB, but these are actually meant for whip lights. So picked these up, gonna mount these in the bed. We actually went ahead and picked up like another little like rocker switch holder. It's kind of cool. I picked this up on Etsy. If you want, I'll throw the link in the description below. But it's actually going to go in my little like useless cubby on the left side of my dash. And if you're unfamiliar with what I'm talking about, I mean this little cubby right here that people who don't have the whole trailer brake, you just get like this weird useless cubby that people either put like coins or whatever in. I have yet to do anything with it. It's kind of like I feel like I'm going to fall out of that. So, but anyway, I took the screws out because you can actually lock it in the back inside of there, but pretty much this right here will sit in there just like that, and it's a complete perfect fit made for these trucks. I already have my fog light rocker here, so I'm going to put that up in here and get this all situated, but this is going to be what I'm doing actually a little bit extra. So this way I'll have my fog light switch, I'll have my whip light switch, and then anything else I can put right there. So I think that's actually really freaking cool. It's going to look super awesome when it's all mounted in place. But yeah, have a couple of little side projects in this whip light project. And I'm going to show you where I'm going to mount these brackets in the bed here. So I'm thinking right here, right back here on my my bed is a good spot to put them, because I think I can actually fish the wires down this hole here. And if you look in there, you see the hole right there. I'm thinking I can slip the wire down through that and then to the bottom of the frame, and then I'll run it up to the front where the battery's at. And then this will mount up just like that right there. So this way I can have my cover come down, and I'll have my quick disconnect ready to go. And then I'll have my wire probably in this little slit that they give you, if I could squeeze it in there. And then it'll run over kind of like this in a sense. I'll make it look good, I know I will. Now we're just gonna come in here and we're gonna pop this whole piece off here. I've heard the easiest way is to just get this fuse box cover off, and then this has a few clips and you just kind of pull it right off. Here it goes. There we go, perfect. Yeah. Come on, baby. There we go. We're a little cluster here, and this guy just slides right in like that. Like I said, you notice there's this like little lock-in nut back here. So I'm gonna have to drill a little hole back here, so this way it can stay in there nice and secure. I think I'll have room for my wires and stuff. We'll have to see. I might have to expand this little hole right here that you're looking at with the light coming through, because I'm gonna have 2 switches. So I think I'm gonna go ahead and figure out my angle of attack, and y'all just hang out and check it out. So I'm installing this so that I can have my lights and stuff in there.
Cool.
It's been pretty freaking awesome.
That looks pretty cool.
There it is. That looks clean, dog. That's so nice. It's like flush and everything. So much better than just like an empty gap for no reason. This just looks so much better. Holy crap, look at that. We got it all locked down. Looks very OEM, very nice. It's all flush and whatnot. And then when I have my switches in there, it look a lot better. So I'm gonna go ahead and start working on my fog light and see if I can get it knocked out tonight. And then we'll do the whip lights hopefully tomorrow as well. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna work, bro. All right, y'all, after some negotiation with this Dremel here, you kind of saw on the speed laps there, I had to kind of make some adjustments to that little piece. Unfortunately, the little rockers wouldn't fit completely in it. So I had to kind of like Dremel out some of the side there and whatnot. So it kind of sits pretty flush now. This one's like perfectly flush. This is gonna be for the whip lights, and this is now for the fog lights, so you can see that they actually work. So I think that looks absolutely freaking awesome. And since my interior is red, it'll match very nicely. So looking forward to using this thing a lot more often, and looking a little more organized and not just dangling down here anymore. Because sometimes I forgot that I left these on. So now it's like a whole, whoop, I could do that, be good to go. I think I'm gonna go ahead and start working on the wiring for getting the switch through the firewall for the whip lights, and then probably do as much as I can today so we can save the rest for tomorrow. Alrighty, next day, and we are getting right back in the swing of things. Trying to get all my battery situation fixed up here with my new buses and whatnot. So just went to a local parts store or whatever, kind of got whatever I need. So I'm gonna extend my cable, kind of like how my amp wire is right now. I'm just gonna run it back across here. My buses are mounted there. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started on getting this all wired up, and then yeah, we'll continue on from there. Clean it all up, reconnect everything. Oh, you guys still recording. All right, y'all. So it is all good to go. Just tested it like you saw. I've got my power wire here, just a single power wire. As you can see, my power wire goes here. It follows the daggum factory wire. Might zip tie it there again, just to pick that slack up. And then you'll see it comes over. And I have it snaked down. There's the red. And the red is to the battery. This is to my amp and everything. So I got it hooked up, and since I had power and my sub worked and everything, so that means that this bus is now energized. And this ground, we're gonna test, see if it works here soon. I have it connected down there. This is like your spare little plate that they give you for an extra battery, but that's where I have my ground tapped, I guess, to like, not the frame, but it's something, a piece of metal. So hopefully it should work. So I'm gonna go ahead and rewire my fog lights, since now the switch isn't over here anymore. It's going across the factory electrical line there. So I still have the switch wire for my fog lights right now. And since the relay was over there, like I said, I'm just gonna go ahead and wire it all up here. Alrighty, good morning everyone. We are back at this project here, and it is an absolute mess because this is kind of how projects go. Whenever I get involved, I just kind of do everything I need to do, and I just wait to clean up for the end. But we're gonna go grab Sierra out there. Unfortunately, I had to park her on the freaking street because my roommates want to take the driveway, in particular my spot, which is right there. But that's okay. Only unfortunate part is I'm about to piss off anyone who is up right now, so I apologize. And we're back at it. All right, y'all, so we finally got the daggum rocker switches all wired up here. Took me a second to get through the firewall, but it wasn't too bad. So you can kind of see up in there just a tad. So I got it all screwed down. I got both switches connected properly. You can tell this is the fog light one. The fog lights come on. Both of them I just checked. So now we got this one hooked up. Obviously, there's no power to it right now. It is the perfect link. Let me tell you something, because look at this. So this is my extension. I know it's kind of ugly, excuse that. This is my extension for my fog light switch. And then that one right there is for the whip light. So you can see I got my harnesses all kind of back here. I'm gonna tuck this up once I get this off of it. But yeah, it was the perfect length to get that thing through the firewall. And you can see up in the front that I have the, I guess, little connector here for the whip lights. It is right at the freaking grommet for firewall. So it works out perfectly. I'll get this all organized at the end. But now we're gonna go ahead and hook up our relay for it, give it some power and juice, see if the switch works. And then we have 8 feet of wire here, but like I said, obviously it's not enough to get back to the rear of the truck. So we'll pull out these guys, which are like my 10 feet extensions, which should be more than enough to get to the back for both of the lights. So excited to use these. We'll get that all wired up, hopefully following the factory harness, whatever's down there. But I'm excited to see where this is going. It's getting pretty close, honestly. I'm excited to see where it goes. I think the hardest part is now done, which is the switch, getting all of this like bus stuff situated. So I drove last night. I stopped. I had to pack it all up to go to a Bible study. Everything was fine. The amp's fine. The fog lights worked, and they're all powered off this bus right now. So we have good power and everything. So it seems to be going pretty successful so far. So let's go ahead and get back in and finish up this wiring. You know, this is kind of cool. It's like midday, working on Sierra. We got some sprinkling going on out there. Got some worship music going down there and everything. So it's pretty freaking cool. As of right now, I am definitely that one unemployed friend on a Tuesday afternoon, just working on a truck in the rain. Temporarily. This side hooked up, so I kind of want to test run it just to see what it would look like and see if the connections are good. So we're just going to pop that in. Oh, there it is. Look at this thing right here. Where's my remote? We got different modes here. That does look pretty sick. Like 300 and something, 66 modes or something like that. All right, y'all, finally finished everything with this, and it's looking absolutely fantastic here. We are currently, I guess, catching like the edge of a tropical storm, so I'm like getting just rained on everywhere. Kind of sucks. But we've got our control panel wired up here. Everything looks good so far, and I'll show you without popping the hood the wiring. So once it hits the factory harness, it'll come on down. Oh, the ground is so wet. Have it coming down from up there. And then you can see that zip tie right there, and it follows behind that factory harness. And then once you come around, you'll see it here. And then I actually went ahead and taped up the connectors right there, zip tied them all together. And then it keeps following this factory harness, goes back down there, and it comes around. Again, taped out those connectors, zip tied them. And actually has these little like groove looking things right here. Like these are factory, nothing was in them, but I just stuck the wires in it because it like looks like it was made for it. So they keep going all the way back. They go around this body mount. Then I have them coming up here. They go right there. They still follow the factory harness. And then you'll see them as they come back over here. I'll have them same, following the harness. There they go right there, right by the shock absorber. I have the wiring zip tied again right there. And it keeps going. I went and then zip tied this box right here on the back of this little like frame piece. And then it goes all the way up, and you'll see that's where it goes to the actual bracket itself. And then like I said, comes on out of that hole right there and hits the bracket. And I even put it into this little like wire holder they got going on right there for both sides. And what I liked about how like I said, I got this all seated here is when I put my cover down to protect these brackets, you'll see that it doesn't touch it. Has a little bit of a gap right there and allows it to just sit up in there nice and tucked away. Looks very standard, and you can close this. You're good to go. Let's go try them out. Holy crap, y'all, I feel like such an idiot. So basically I was about to test the lights, right? And I'm like finding that I keep blowing my 10 amp fuses. So I switched out my 30 amp fuse for my fog lights, and it blew that fuse. And I'm like, well, where's there a short? So I like checked all my wires. I looked for anything that was pinched or anything like that. I actually electrical taped 2 connectors together, and that was causing a short. So it kept blowing fuses left and right, and I'm like, what is going on? But yes, like I'll show you here right now where the mistake was. So if you look there, there's my torn up electrical tape I was using. But I, like an idiot, taped these 2 together, and they don't have any looms on them, so these 2 were touching. And then the same right down here, they also were touching as well. Alrighty, y'all, so y'all can see molded them around these little housings, so pretty much they're all protected now. They won't touch each other. And I'm gonna go the extra mile and actually put some of this little protectant over it to fully have them covered up together so they're a little more protected. So now I got them all wrapped up, zip tied it down, and we're all good to go. And then did the exact same down here, covered it all up, do a little extra protection so you can't even see, no exposed wires. Everything is fully protected. So, but now, as you can probably see on my face from the lights going off, we have finally fixed the issue. So these are pretty cool. I'm gonna go ahead and show you now because we're at night and it is pretty daggum sick. So check this out. So hey guys, that's gonna wrap it up for this video. Huge shout out to Bevinsee one more time for sending me these whip lights. I think they look pretty freaking cool in the back of Sierra. And it's gonna be an amazing like 4th of July or maybe like some Christmas type thing. I can drive around with the lights on, all that kind of good stuff. So I'm so glad that they let me do that and that I got my whole bus situation figured out. I think it looks amazing. It looks pretty daggum cool. Got it all figured out, so now I'm not crowding up my battery and all that stuff. It's kind of weird, you know. But as always, you know the drill. You can like, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. It is your choice. And we'll see you next time, guys. Jesus loves you, and so do I. Peace out.